What if I told you there are motorcycles out there so wild, so experimental, and so downright impossible that most riders don't even believe they're real? Well, they are, and today, you're about to see them. From gravity-defying designs to futuristic machines that look like they escaped a sci-fi lab, these bikes break every rule of traditional engineering. Some glide, some float, some bend in ways a motorcycle never should, and every single one pushes the limits of what we think a bike can be. Welcome to the most impossible motorcycles in the world. Stick around because the last one will surely amaze you. The Boss Haas V8 is one of the most intimidating motorcycles ever built. It combines the raw power of a full-size American V8 engine with the thrill of riding on two wheels. It's basically a muscle car turned into a motorcycle, made for riders who aren't afraid of extreme speed or force. Instead of a normal bike engine, it uses a big block Chevy V8, the same kind found in classic muscle cars. Depending on the model, the engine ranges from 5.7 liters to a huge 8.2 liters, producing anywhere from about 250 to nearly 500 horsepower. That's far more power than a typical superbike, making the Boss Haas V8 a serious challenge even for experienced riders. But power isn't the only scary part. The bike is massive, weighing around 700 pounds or more, and it takes real strength and skill to control it. Then there's the sound of the deep, thunderous V8 roar that turns heads and demands respect everywhere it goes. Riding a Boss Haas V8 isn't just transportation, it's an experience that commands attention. Built from scratch and refined piece by piece by Mike Litz, this trike is a true showstopper. It hides twin turbos under the headlights, features perfectly clean wiring, sharp custom styling, and a flawless finish. It's one of the most extreme custom motorcycles ever made, rumored to have taken more than 25 years to complete. When people talk about legendary motorcycles, the Suzuki Hayabusa always comes up. Released in the late 1990s, it completely changed the sport bike world and quickly became one of the fastest production bikes ever built. Its name means peregrine falcon in Japanese, the fastest bird on the planet, which perfectly fits its personality. Powered by a 1,340cc inline-4 engine, the Hayabusa pushes out over 190 horsepower and can blast from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. On a long stretch, it can reach speeds beyond 190 miles per hour, putting it in supercar territory. Simply put, the Hayabusa isn't just fast, it's a legend, feared and admired for the incredible performance packed into its iconic silhouette. Next up is a concept motorcycle created by designer Vlad Belayakov from Box 39. Inspired by the Rolls-Royce 103EX, it carries a name chosen by Guido and looks more like rolling artwork than a traditional bike. The body is hand-shaped from aluminum, and the huge 30-inch front wheel built with CNC precision took over 200 hours to craft. It does work as a motorcycle, but it's clearly made for style over everyday riding. The steering is limited, and it's not legal for street use. Still, this one-of-a-kind machine has serious value. Today, it can fetch anywhere from $90,000 to $150,000 at auction. In Indonesia, Batman isn't just a costume, it's a full-blown engineering project. The builders at Smoke Garage in Jakarta took a classic BMW R90 and transformed it into something straight out of Gotham. Carbon fiber panels, sharp LED accents, and dark, menacing lines turn the bike into a rolling piece of comic book machinery. With its low stance and aggressive silhouette, this custom machine feels less like a motorcycle and more like the final boss in a movie. Every angle hints at power and mystery, making it one of the most striking Bat-inspired builds ever to hit the streets. Meet Big, a chopper that more than earns its name. Owned by a rider named Mike in western North Carolina, this machine stretches an unbelievable 6.77 meters from end to end, making it one of the largest rideable choppers in the entire region. Its silhouette alone stops people in their tracks. Long, low, and unapologetically oversized, built purely to shock and impress anyone who sees it rumble by. But big isn't just garage art. It's fully functional and roadworthy, a rolling testament to extreme customization and bold engineering. Every ride is a spectacle, every parking spot a photo opportunity. Among giant motorcycles, this monstrous creation isn't just big by name, it's a serious contender for the largest chopper you'll see anywhere today. Quasar. The Quasar was a bold British experiment in motorcycle design, built between 1976 and 1982 by Malcolm Newell and Ken Lehman. It stood out with its semi-enclosed, feet-forward layout, more like a tiny car than a motorcycle. The rider sat in a reclined seat inside a cockpit with a roof, full windscreen, heater, and even wipers. Powered by an 850 cubic centimeters Reliant Robin engine, the Quasar could easily cruise at highway speeds and push past 100 miles per hour thanks to its low, aerodynamic profile. Despite offering practical features like 60 liters of lockable storage and optional wraparound panniers, the Quasar never reached mainstream success. Only 21 units were ever made, turning it into a rare gem among fans of feet-forward motorcycle design. Though limited in production, its unusual layout, comfort-oriented cockpit, and ahead of its time thinking have cemented the Quasar as a true icon in the world of alternative motorcycles. This next machine takes its cues from Gotham, but unlike the movie prop, this one can legally hit the streets. Built by Dave Welch of Chopper City, USA, it's a full-size, rideable replica inspired by The Dark Knight. Power comes from an 850cc Aprilia engine, and despite its wild looks, it's fitted with everything needed for real-world riding: mirrors, a speedometer, turn signals, lights, and even a functional fuel tank. What makes it impressive is how closely it captures the dramatic silhouette from the film while still meeting road regulations. It isn't just a showpiece either. The entire build was completed for charity, turning a fantasy motorcycle into a fully functional, street-legal tribute to Batman with a purpose behind its creation. J.S. Bagger Customs in Japan transformed a Harley into a slammed showpiece, dropping it low with air suspension and giving it razor-sharp fairings and ultra-clean lines. The whole build flows smoothly from front to back, with every panel fitting tight and purposeful. They also equipped it with a fully integrated sound system, turning the bike into a rolling display of style and craftsmanship. When it debuted at SEMA, it immediately grabbed the attention, one of those custom machines you can't help but stare at. The 1986 Suzuki RG500 Gamma was the king of 1980s race replica motorcycles. It was basically a street-legal version of Suzuki's GP race bike, ridden in various forms by legends like Barry Sheene and Marco Lucanelli. It had more power than Yamaha's RD500LC, along with a sharp chassis and strong brakes. But what really made the Gamma famous or scary was the way its power hit. Below 6,000 revolutions per minute, the engine felt almost asleep. Peak power arrived around 9,000 revolutions per minute, and riders had to shift quickly. If they didn't, the revs would suddenly shoot from about 9,600 straight to over 12,000 revolutions per minute in an instant. This violent second power hit could launch the bike forward so hard it caused countless high-side crashes. Even skilled racers struggled to control it. The RG500 Gamma wasn't just fast, it was unpredictable, brutal, and absolutely unforgiving.